Participants of the game should proceed to your assigned tables now. Let us welcome our game facilitator, Bu Tim Ping from the Cybersecurity Agency of Singapore on stage. Let's get the game started.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, yes. My name is Jin Ping, so I'll be your game facilitator for today. So welcome to Cyber Essentials in Action. Yep, we'll be playing the updated AI edition version today. So can I get the can we give all the 5 companies participating a warm welcome and also a round of applause as well. Okay, so a short briefing to the participants. Yep, so the objectives of this game is to practice our incident response by simulating cybersecurity before it happens. Second is to enhance cross-functional collaboration between your departments. And thirdly is to boast cyber awareness among employees so that they can mitigate effectively. And lastly, to also align with CSA's industry standards such as CSA Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust. All right, so let's get straight to the game itself. So there'll be 2 segments. First one, it will be cyber attack. It's actually a warm-up session. So there'll be questions on cybersecurity concepts, and players, you're supposed to find a defense card against one of the attack cards that will be, in a sense, attacking you. The second segment would be Cyber Quest, which is a role-play scenario. And in this version, this segment, you'll be actually adopting one of the few roles. You can be an SME owner, a data protection officer, or even an IT personnel. So simple, you'll be finding a task card assigned to your individual role. So how to win? 1 game token will be issued by the game masters assigned to your table for each correct answers. Okay, so the hint is that there'll be multiple answers to different questions. Okay, there's not just one answer. So the player with the highest number of tokens will win this game. And just one final reminder is that the participants here today will be receiving a token of appreciation from our guest of honor today. So please remain in the ballroom after the game as well. So my colleagues will be ushering you to the side of the stage, the right side, and you'll be exiting from this left side as well. Okay, so let's get straight into the game, shall we? Okay, so before we start, game masters, can you just help me to organize the table? Please help me to spread out the defense cards, which is the one in green, across the table. Yep, and also for the people playing, can we just kindly get you to stand up as well and shift your chairs to the back? Yeah, you'll still be facing the stage, okay? You'll still be facing the stage, facing me. Okay, just need your help to spread out the defense cards across the table. We'll be commencing the first segment of the game, which is cyber attack. Okay, so for this game, you'll be played in pairs, okay? So if a company has 4 people playing, you'll be split into 2 versus 2. If there's 5 people, you'll be split into 2 versus 3, okay? Please assign yourselves to the different pairings and groupings. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to do so. Game masters, help me to assist. Okay. So if every table is ready, game masters can give me a thumbs up as well. Ready? All your tables ready? Okay, so let's play the first round. So for this round, you'll have 1 minute, okay? You have 1 minute to play. Game masters, you can issue out the attack question. So we'll be playing question number 9. This is part of one of the questions in the box kit. Okay, please issue out the question number 9. Okay, let me read it to you just for everyone's attention as well. So you need to write a meeting summary for a project. To save time, you plan to use a third-party, externally hosted AI transcription tool. So what should you consider before using this tool? Okay, so you have 1 minute to play. You'll be playing in pairs, okay? You can brainstorm together. So without further ado, let's begin the game at a count of 3. So at 3, 2, 1, your game starts now. So remember, this question may have more than one answer. So feel free to pick out fastest fingers first. Feel free to pick out more than one answer. Yeah, and the people nearby, you can actually observe and try to give some tips and hints as well. Okay, so we have about 30 seconds left. Okay, so if you're confident with your answer, please keep your answer to yourself. The person who finds it fastest will get the token. 20 seconds. We have 15 seconds. Everyone got your answers? Last 10, 9, 8, finalize your answer. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, hands up. Okay, so at this point, Game Masters help me to verify whether who got the correct answer. And please issue out the correct game token for each answer. So have you gotten the correct answer? Every company? No? Yes? Okay, so Game Masters, let me know if the company is done with the first question. I think that's a good, quick warm-up for everyone, right? I think you roughly know how to play the game now. It's quite easy. Just fastest fingers. Okay? If everyone is ready for the next question, Game Masters, give me a thumbs up as well. Ready, yeah? Yep. Okay, we're playing question number 11 this time. 11, okay. So let me read it to you. For attack number 11, your organization has just implemented a Gen AI chatbot for customer service. Prompt injection is a common attack vector. So what can you do for protection from such attacks? Prompt injection. Okay. A few more seconds. Roughly, look out for your answers. You have 1 minute, and your 60 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Game Masters can give them a hint how many answers there are for this question. You have 40 seconds left. So keyword, look out for the keywords is the hint. Prompt injection is one. Generative AI, just to give you guys a hint. Twenty seconds left. 15. Have you finalized your answers? 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, hands up please. Game Masters, help me to verify their answers and to issue out the correct token. Have you gotten the more than one answer correct? Okay, Game Masters can show them the answers if they didn't get it right. Okay? I see everyone very happy playing this game. Okay, so if everyone is ready, Game Masters can give me a thumbs up again. Okay? Firdaus? Imran? Ready? Okay, so now we'll be proceeding to the next segment of this game. It's called Cyber Quest, the role-play scenario 1, the second segment that I mentioned. Okay, so for this part, I need Game Masters and everyone's help to keep some of the defense cards right now. I hope you enjoyed the cyber attack round. It's just a quick fire round. Okay, so help me this time to spread out the purple task cards. Oh, sorry. Blue task cards, my bad. Blue task cards. And the Game Masters will be issuing everyone a purple roll card. Okay, we'll be playing scenario F. Yeah, please issue out the scenario F rolls to the individuals. So you have more than 4 people, one of you can just set up a pair, no worries. Okay, so Game Masters can also issue out the scenario sheet. Each of you will be given 1 minute. Okay, we haven't officially started the game, don't worry. You have 1 minute to actually read the scenario. Scenario F, I repeat, scenario F. It's called Shadow AI. Okay. So scenario F, if you have more than one person, feel free to share. Yeah, no worries. So scenario F, Shadow AI, just a quick brief overview of what it is. It's the loss of intellectual property or IP or privacy compromise that arose from submission of sensitive or confidential data into third-party AI tools that are not approved for corporate use. So keyword again, third-party AI tools will be my hint to you. Okay, third-party AI tools. Okay, seems like everyone's very serious in reading the question. That's great. And for this round, we will be playing as individuals this time. Okay, each of you will be playing as individuals. I think the Game Master has already assigned the individual role to you. Okay, so as you are reading, okay, I would like to remind you that there is 90 seconds for this round. Okay, 90 seconds for this round. Okay, if Game Masters are ready, shall we begin the session? Shall we begin this segment? Game Masters, can you give me a thumbs up if you're ready? Everyone read the question? Okay, so players, you're supposed to find the task cards assigned to your individual role, yeah? Okay, Imran? Okay, ready? Okay, so we'll begin the game. Okay, 90 seconds. You'll start in 3, 2, 1. So your role may have one or more answers, which means there's more than one task cards assigned to your role. So feel free to take more than one. We have 1 minute left. We have the 1 minute counter. Okay. Give it a bit more time for this segment, 90 seconds. Make full use of it. Okay. Have you gotten the right answer for your role? 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds. Okay, last 25. The task cards for your specific role, yeah, that's the reminder. Okay, last 10 seconds for this first round of Cyber Quest. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, hands up. Game Masters, help me to verify your answers. Okay, please issue out the game token if they got it correct. Please issue out the exact game token. If you have one answer, you get one token. Okay, you'll be playing as individuals this time. We'll be tallying up the game winner for each table after this. Okay? Okay, I see everyone very happy, especially at the table. What table is that? Okay, so if everyone is ready, Game Masters, give me a thumbs up, and we'll be proceeding to the next round, which is Scenario I. Please help me to flip to your scenario sheet to Scenario I. Okay? We were at F, now we want to switch to Scenario I, which is access keys for cloud-based AI. Okay? Quick overview. You have 1 minute to read. As you're reading, let me just give a quick overview of this scenario. Scenario I is about the exposed data that arose from compromise of access keys to cloud-based AI services. So my hint to you is access keys. Okay, access keys, yeah? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the arrival of our guest of honor, Senior Minister of State for the Ministry of Digital Development and Information and Ministry of Health, Mr. Tan Kiat Hao. SMS Tan will now go around and observe as well as interact with the participants of Cyber Essentials in Action AI Edition.
Okay, thank you, Juliana. And okay, let's continue the game, shall we? Okay, we are at CyberQuest. Okay, a reminder for everyone that we are at CyberQuest right now, second segment of the game. Okay, we'll be reading. Game Masters can help me. We'll be playing Scenario I. Again, access keys for cloud-based AI. So a brief overview of the game of this scenario. Expose data that arose from compromise of access keys to cloud-based AI services. So the keyword here is access keys, okay, cloud-based AI services. Okay, so if you're ready, we're playing the same timing. We have 90 seconds, okay? 90 seconds to choose the correct task cuts assigned to your role. So if everyone has their role assigned to them, okay, we'll begin this round in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So have you gotten the right task cards assigned to your role? Reminder, there could be more than one answer, more than one task card. And at this point, you have 1 minute left. 1 minute. All right, you have 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Have you found the correct task cards to assign to your role? Reminder is to assign to your role, not others, or not your partners. Okay, you've last 15 seconds. Last 10. 8. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Game Masters can help me verify the answers. Okay, so for each correct answer, please assign them 1 game token, okay? 1 game token. So at this point, okay, you can roughly know who is the winner. Okay, we can do a rough tally up of the game tokens. So who has the highest number of tokens? You will get a raise of your hands. Who's the highest token winner in the table? Okay. Yeah, so this is CyberQuest. I hope you've enjoyed it. Okay, and okay. So has everyone tallied up the number of tokens already? Okay, may I know who is the winner for each table? Show of hands. Show of hands. Oh, congratulations! Can we give them a round of applause? Okay, so congratulations to the winner. So I'd like to share that everyone's a winner here, okay? Because every company will be going home with a brand new AI edition Cyber Essentials in Action box kit. So congratulations to every participating company here today. Yep, so I hope you have enjoyed this game. Feel free to bring back this brand new copy and you can use it to play with your departments, your colleagues. Okay, so a round of applause again for the game participants. And that's all I have for Cyber Essentials in Action. Okay, the game participants can now return to your seats. Game Masters help me to pack up the cards and the game kits. So once again, thank you for your participation in this year's Cyber Essentials in Action, AI edition. That's all for me. Over to you, Juliana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jinping, for being such a fantastic game facilitator. And I believe our participants of Cyber Essentials in Action AI Edition also had a lot of fun and they're now wrapping up their game session. Once again, a very special welcome to our guest of honor, Senior Minister for the Ministry of Digital Development and Information and Ministry of Health, Mr. Tan Kiat Hao. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SG CyberSafe for Enterprises event. My name is Juliana Yao and I'm delighted to be your host for today. The theme for this year is Growing with Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust. And today we are celebrating how cybersecurity fuels both business growth along with trust. Over the years, the SG CyberSafe program that was launched back in 2021 has helped organizations to enhance their cybersecurity by offering tailored solutions for every stage of their journey. Through achieving the Cyber Essentials or Cyber Trust marks, many local organizations and even some organizations beyond Singapore have grown by strengthening their digital foundations, earning greater customer confidence and market opportunities. Our key partners, such as the certification bodies and CISO as a service providers, play the crucial roles to meet rising demands for trusted, credible cybersecurity assurance. But for now, without further ado, I'd like to invite our guest of honor, SMS Tan, on stage to deliver his opening remarks. SMS, please.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. Very happy to join all of you here this year at this forum. And we are a very important milestone too. SICW is on its 10th anniversary. So glad to see the platform growing and see many familiar faces and industry partners in this session. And this is a very, very important topic. We have seen recent high-profile cyber attacks demonstrating the severe impact on major enterprises and their customers. For instance, Jaguar Land Rover encountered ransomware attacks which forced them to shut down production lines and disrupted their global supply chain. While Asahi Group experienced data breaches affecting customer information, data and operations across the entire global network. And in the aviation sector, a cyber attack targeted at a technology provider caused widespread flight delays and cancellations across major European airports. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. Cybersecurity incidents have real and significant impact on businesses. Beyond direct cost implications, these incidents erode customer trust and have long-term consequences for organizations. And this risk and impact are not theoretical for Singapore. Over 8 in 10 enterprises in Singapore have encountered at least one cybersecurity incident in a year, and 99% of them suffered negative business impact, such as disruption to their business, data loss, and reputation damage. Infected systems in Singapore increased by 67% from 2023 to 2024. This is significant as these systems serve as launching pads for large-scale cybersecurity attacks and enable attackers to steal sensitive data and disrupt business operations. Notably, we have observed that cyber criminals are increasingly targeting SMEs and information and communication technology or ICT providers. SMEs tend to be resource constrained and lack dedicated IT or cybersecurity teams, so they may not have implemented adequate cybersecurity measures and are seen as easy targets. On the other hand, ICT providers serve many customers, and many of them serve many sectors. Cyber attackers see them as a scalable opportunity where the impact can ripple through the entire value chain of customers rather than just affecting one company. So attacking SMEs, one enterprise, affects a company, but attacking and compromising ICT service providers can affect many customers. So when I launched the Digital Enterprise Blueprint last year, I spoke about the importance for cybersecurity to go hand in hand with digitalization. Today, let me elaborate on how the government is working with like-minded partners to improve the cybersecurity of our enterprises. First, we will make it easier for enterprises to get support to secure their digital systems and to recover if they are victims of a cyber attack. Second, we will enhance efforts to strengthen supply chain security. Let me speak about the first area. Enterprises can refer to the updated Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust marks, which include emerging technologies such as cloud, operational technology or OT, and AI security. CSA's CISO as a service program has been refreshed. Enterprises that are adopting these technologies in their operations can use the updated Cyber Essential and Cyber Trust marks to identify gaps and take proactive steps to strengthen their cybersecurity posture of their systems. And for those that need help in securing their systems with these emerging technologies, the refreshed CISO as a service program will help SMEs to adopt these new technologies securely and confidently, even with limited cybersecurity resources or expertise. With the expanded certification mark and CISO as a service, these programs directly support enterprises of all sizes, ensuring that enterprises receive accessible implementation support to secure their digital technology adoption. And it is heartening to see enterprises proactively being certified in these new digital technology pillars. And today, we will be acknowledging some of the first to complete the certification. So that's the first area, making it more accessible for enterprises to secure the digital systems and providing the resources and support needed for those enterprises who are intending to take that step. Second, a new Cyber Resilience Center will be launched to provide a one-stop shop for enterprises, in particular SMEs. This center serves as a central node to help businesses strengthen defenses before attacks occur and recover quickly when incidents happen. In terms of preventive cybersecurity support, SMEs can benefit from the workshops that this center will organize. These workshops include cybersecurity starter workshops that equip SMEs with baseline cyber hygiene measures that are aligned with CSA's Cyber Essentials. There will also be programs to help businesses enhance their cybersecurity capabilities. That is pre-incident, helping our enterprises improve their cybersecurity posture through workshops and other resource support. But we know that, of course, prevention is better than cure. But in this cyberspace, the next cyber attack and compromise is not a matter of if, but a matter of when. So the center will also provide post-incident support to businesses. This will take the form of cyber incident triage, advisory, and referral to incident response companies that can help them to recover when they are impacted by cybersecurity incidents. And this is an important step we are taking together with our industry partners, because many companies, especially SMEs, tell us they don't know what to do when they're hit by a cyber incident, when their data is locked up by ransomware, or they are compromised. They don't know who to turn to, what recourse they have, and what resources that are available to them. So this center will play a very important role in terms of helping our companies uplift their cybersecurity posture, but also when an incident happens, the companies will be able to reach out to this center for support. And this center is established by Singapore Business Federation with key founding members from other trade associations and chambers, such as the Singapore Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry and SG Tech, and supported by CSA. The center will commence operations in 2026 and is expected to improve baseline cybersecurity hygiene among Singapore enterprises, equip them with faster and coordinated response to cyber incidents, enhance trust and business confidence in digitalization, and strengthen public-private partnerships in cyber resilience. So I'm very glad and commend the SBF together with their partners, other trade associations and chambers, to collectively come together, working together to support all enterprises in Singapore. And CSA and the government is happy to support this important initiative. Let me touch on another important point about supply chain security. Today, businesses operate through interconnected supply chains where enterprises depend on service providers and technology partners to function effectively, making enterprises as strong as their weakest link. Recent international incidents underscore this concern. In September this year, a ransomware attack on a third-party check-in system disrupted multiple European airports, causing delays, cancellations, and stranded passengers. This shows how a single vendor breach can cascade across multiple clients simultaneously, highlighting the interconnected nature of modern digital supply chains. And these examples, from government vendor risk to private sector supply chain vulnerabilities, demonstrate the critical importance of securing all types of supply chain partners. It is difficult for enterprises, even larger ones with a lot of resources, to be able to have full visibility and influence of the cyber security of their supply chain partners. Hence, it's important for all partners to work together to collectively raise the cybersecurity standards. Among these types of supply chain partners, cybersecurity providers, or CSPs, play a particularly crucial role. They provide cybersecurity services that require close collaboration with enterprises, often involving significant access to their systems and sensitive information. So if compromised, they could directly affect the resilience of the organizations that they are protecting and serving. So as part of the ongoing assessment, CSA is enhancing. Give me 1 second. Let me say that again. So as part of our ongoing assessment to raise the cybersecurity posture of enterprises and our broader supply chains in Singapore, CSA is enhancing the licensing framework for CSPs, including ongoing consultations for CSPs to minimally meet Cyber Trust Mark Tier 3 requirements. This tier provides a robust cybersecurity framework that addresses critical risk while remaining proportionate to CSP's operational scale and risk profiles. So we are expecting our CSP providers to have better cybersecurity hygiene and capabilities than other enterprises because of their important role that they play. At the same time, these enhanced licensing conditions will remain practical, allowing providers greater focus on strengthening defenses and delivering trusted cybersecurity services. Furthermore, requiring CSPs to meet these standards will also help safeguard the systems that deliver Singapore's essential services, including our critical infocom infrastructure, keeping them secure and resilient. Beyond CSPs, the broader group of ICT vendors represent another type of supply chain partner risk that needs to be secured. These vendors provide essential technology services that enterprises depend on. Similarly, if compromised, they directly affect the resilience of the organizations that they serve. CSA and IMDA have co-developed a new Cyber Essentials framework for ICT vendors. This framework requires ICT vendors to establish essential security measures and controls. There are also plans for pre-approved vendors under the SMEs Go Digital program to minimally meet the Cyber Essentials mark. This will ensure enterprises can be confident that their ICT vendors have implemented fundamental cybersecurity measures and good cyber hygiene practices. It is an important step to take for all of us to strengthen supply chain trust and to mitigate common cyber risk. Together, these enhanced requirements for ICT vendors and CSPs will strengthen supply chain security by raising standards across the board. So let me conclude. These measures build on a very strong foundation that we have established over the years through the Cyber Essentials, Cyber Trust Marks, many different programs under CSA like CISO as a service, SMEs Go Digital, digitalization efforts across the board. So these moves that we are making today will build on this strong foundation in further securing our digital landscape and making cybersecurity support more accessible to a greater group of enterprises, especially our SMEs. Enterprises now have practical guidance through the expanded CISO as a service program and the support of the newly formed Cyber Resilience Center, and have greater confidence that their partners through the CSPs, the ICT service providers, have greater cybersecurity hygiene practices in place. This approach recognizes that cybersecurity challenges require collective solutions, where supply chains are secure and where support is accessible to all enterprises. So I encourage all enterprises to take advantage of these measures. Together, we can build a safer, more resilient digital Singapore that benefits everyone. And I repeat my call about how cybersecurity and digitalization must go hand in hand. As we benefit from digital technologies, including emerging technologies like AI, it is all the more important for enterprises to invest in cybersecurity for your own business operations and continuity, and importantly, secure the trust and confidence of your partners, customers, and clients. And the government is committed to work together with all enterprises on this important journey to secure our cyberspace. Thank you, and I wish all of you a fruitful and productive session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, SMS Sun. Please do kindly remain on stage, and I'd like to invite you towards the pedestals. Early on, SMS Sun announced plans for the formation of the Cyber Resilience Center to provide better cybersecurity support for enterprises. Now, I would like to invite the following representatives on stage to commemorate this occasion. Let us welcome Mr. Dutch Ng, Second Vice Chair for SG Tech, Mr. Mark Lee, 62nd Technology Committee Chairman for the Singapore Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Kok Ping Soon, Chief Executive Officer of the Singapore Business Federation, as well as Mr. Den Yok Hao, Assistant Chief Executive for National Cyber Resilience at the Cyber Security Agency of Singapore. Big smiles for photographers at the front. With their palms already hovering over our pedestals, I believe our guests are now ready for the launch. So on the countdown of 3, please place your palms down on the pedestal together, okay? Audience, please feel free to come down with me as well. In 3, 2, 1. A momentous occasion indeed to celebrate the Cyber Resilience Center. It is our great honor to have our esteemed representatives here to commemorate this as well. So once again, can we have our guests on stage look towards our photographers? Let us take another group photograph together. A very big thank you to all of our guests on stage. SMS Tan, kindly remain on stage for the next segment. For the rest of our guests, you may now kindly take your seats. So today, we are seeing a growing number of organizations that are adopting the Cyber Essentials as well as the Cyber Trust marks, both in Singapore as well as overseas. And our key partners who are present over here have contributed significantly to driving the adoption of these certificates, and we would like to acknowledge the efforts of our certification bodies as well as CISO as a service providers that have made outstanding contributions to create a safer cyberspace in Singapore. So now that we have SMS Tan on stage, I would like to invite him to present the appreciation tokens to our key partners. We will be starting off our awards with the certification bodies. The Leader Award recognizes the certification body for issuing the highest number of certificates for Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust. And this award goes to Guardian Independent Certification Private Limited. Congratulations on receiving the Leader Award. Up next, the Rising Leader Award recognizes the certification body that has issued a significant number of certificates for Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust. This award goes to ISO Cert Private Limited. Congratulations on receiving the Rising Leader Award. The Achiever Award recognizes the certification body that has issued a notable number of certificates for Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust. This award goes to Tube Suit PSB Private Limited. Congratulations. Please remain on stage. I would like to invite all certification bodies who have received awards to come back on stage for a group photograph with SMS Tan. big thank you and congratulations to all of our award winners. SMS Tan, please do kindly remain on stage. And moving on, we would like to acknowledge the contributions of the CISO as a service providers. The Leader Award recognizes the CISO as a service provider for supporting the highest number of companies to attain minimally the Cyber Essentials mark. This award today goes to CyberSafe Private Limited. Congratulations on receiving the Leader Award. The Rising Leader Award recognizes the CISO as a service provider for supporting a significant number of companies to attain minimally the Cyber Essentials mark. And this award goes to RSM Risk Advisory Private Limited. Congratulations on receiving the Rising Leader Award. The Achiever Award recognizes the CISO as a service provider for supporting a notable number of companies to attain minimally the Cyber Essentials mark. This award goes to Confinity Private Limited. Congratulations. Please remain on stage, and I'll now like to invite all of our CISO as a service providers who have received their awards to come up back on stage for a group photograph with SMS Tan. Very big congratulations to all of our award winners once again. SMS Tan, please do kindly remain on stage. In line with this year's theme, we have seen Cyber Essentials as well as Cyber Trust spread their wings beyond the shores of Singapore. The Global Achiever Awards recognize key partners who have contributed significantly for bringing these certifications overseas. First, we will present a token of appreciation to the certification body that has issued the highest number of certificates for Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust overseas in 2025. This award goes to ISO Cert Private Limited. Congratulations. We are also acknowledging the CISO as a service provider that has supported the highest number of organizations overseas in 2025. This award goes to CyberSafe Private Limited. Congratulations. Please remain on stage, and we'll now like to invite all of our global achievers back to the stage for a group photograph with SMS Tan. Big congratulations to all of our award winners. SMS Sun, please do kindly remain on stage for this next segment because in April of this year, Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust marks have been expanded to include cloud security, operational technology security, as well as artificial intelligence security. We are very glad to recognize the pioneer adopters that have attained certification in these new digital technology pillars that have been introduced. The pioneer that has attained a Cyber Trust mark for OT security goes to AN1 Precision Engineering Private Limited. Congratulations! Next up, we have another pioneer that has also attained the Cyber Trust mark for OT security. This company is based in Japan, and we're very touched that they have come all the way from Japan to join us here in Singapore today. Big congratulations to MCRES Limited. Congratulations once again on your achievement. The next organization is unable to join us today, but our next pioneer to attain Cyber Essentials mark for cloud security and AI security is ST Engineering E-Services Private Limited. Moving on to our next category, it is a special award. We call this the Innovator Award, which recognizes the organization MCRES Limited for demonstrating strong innovation in OT security. MCRES Limited has developed a product called the Kukuro Gear to support their customers in the OT industry to attain cyber essentials. Let us now welcome MCRES Limited. Congratulations on receiving the Innovator Award. SMS Sun, please kindly remain on stage. This afternoon, 5 organizations have experienced the Cyber Essentials in Action AI Edition at our event. This is a tabletop style game where participants role-play real-world cybersecurity as well as AI incident scenarios. We'll now like to invite SMS Sun to present a token of appreciation for their participation as well as support for this event. Firstly, we'll like to invite the first organization up to the stage. Let us welcome Automate Private Limited. Next, we'll like to invite the second organization, Clifford Capital Private Limited. Next, we'll like to invite the third organization on stage. Let us welcome Ease Med Private Limited. Congratulations. Next up to take the stage, our fourth organization is the Muslim Missionary Society of Singapore, Jamia Singapore. Last but not least, we'd like to invite the fifth organization, St. Luke's Hospital. A very big thank you once again to all of our participating organizations. And SMS Tan, thank you very much for presenting all of our awards. I'd like to invite you to kindly take your seat. So whether here in Singapore or overseas, organizations that have attained the Cyber Essentials or Cyber Trust marks are empowered as they earn greater trust with their partners and customers, opening more business opportunities and partnerships. Let us now direct our attention to the screens to enjoy this special video.
The Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust marks are Singapore's national cybersecurity standards, providing a tiered framework for organizations with different risk profiles. Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust marks have gone beyond classical cybersecurity, providing coverage for cloud security, operational technology security, and artificial intelligence security as they adopt new digital technologies. With more than 600 organizations are now certified with Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust marks. Increasingly, we are seeing organizations based outside of Singapore get certified. Organizations in our neighboring county have attained a Cyber Essentials mark through efforts from our ecosystem partners. Organizations certified with Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust marks have spread across Asia and reached as far as the Middle East. This year marks a new milestone in terms of certification. Larger organizations based overseas are now achieving the highest tier of Cyber Trust mark. Regardless of their size, industry sector, and geographical locations, these organizations all share a common goal, committed to strengthening their cyber resilience for our digital future. Their journey serves as an inspiration to others to improve their cyber resilience. Cybersecurity is truly a collective effort. Together with our ecosystem partners such as certification bodies, CISO as a service providers, and trade association partners, organizations are able to leverage on these resources to enhance up their cybersecurity resilience and secure their business. Let's work together to build a safer cyberspace and a secure digital age for all. Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust goes global.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have just seen how the Cyber Essentials as well as the Cyber Trust marks has been developed, also launched and extended beyond Singapore to other parts of the world. Today, we will be inviting representatives from Guardian Independent Certification Private Limited as well as CyberSafe Private Limited to come on stage and share how Cyber Essentials as well as Cyber Trust marks have made their journey worldwide. Can we give them a very big hand?
How did we get here, man? It's come a long way since 2022 when Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust was launched, don't you think?
And I still remember that day, same room, right? Packed with certification bodies and CISO as a service vendors and of course industry partners. All of us having conversations on how we're going to do this, right? There wasn't a playbook. There wasn't our O-level 10-year series on how we are actually going to go to industries. So I still remember the first conversation that I had with Dave and thinking how we're actually going to do it. So maybe Dave, you want to share a little bit more about how we started?
So before we commenced on and bringing the outreach for Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust out into the market, it's very difficult to sell someone something if you yourself don't have it first, right? And I think during the launch of these essentials and trust marks, I think everybody was thinking in their own buns who's going to do it first. So we decided to bite the bullet. I think not only just us, I believe one of the other CISO vendors, Confinity, was also taking that first opportunity to see what are the struggles we are going to face going through the audit for the first time.
Yeah, so that's where we started. So the first customer of Guardian Independent Certification was CyberSafe. So we decided to audit CyberSafe and find out and figure out how we're actually going to do this and how we are going to go to market. Once we started that, and I think we went to market, I think we got a lot of questions. When we went out to the market and we said that, hey, this is Cyber Essential and Cyber Trust framework, they asked, who is CSA? These were the legit questions that we were actually facing. So we faced a lot of struggles in terms of awareness. But what we did was we kept going to the market. We kept going to different associations. We kept talking to different industry players and sharing and spreading the awareness, because we did see the benefits that this standard brings, and we kept on persevering and kept on pushing these standards and kept knocking on those doors until they actually understood what we were trying to do. And I think some of the first few cases were working with industry partners and actually sharing that what are the benefits that they can get out of this certification program. So the journey then to where we are now has completely accelerated, right? From starting in 2022 to let's take it to 2023, right? When there was a lot more adoption, and what we did was we went to trade associations, we organized seminars, we organized talks to basically gain more awareness. And once organizations started adopting the certifications, they basically became our spokesperson, and they started then sharing the benefits of this certification program to their peers. And that's when it was heartening to see when we went to meet them, and then they knew zero about cyber. And when they adopted the certification, they suddenly overnight became experts. And what was heartening to see is right from the top, the management, they were very much involved, and they were actually able to then know what the requirements of the Cyber Essentials programs are. I think that was the most heartening thing that we saw.
Definitely, Baljit. So interestingly, on the certification body side and then now to the vendors, during that time period when we started to push the adoption out, surprisingly, the main bulk of my customers came from the private aviation sector. So I'm based in Seletar Airport. I serve the community for their security needs. And interestingly, the 99% of the private aviation industry in Singapore is ex-military. So when the marks was launched, And Baljit is the next warrant officer, so am I. So the lack of a better word, we basically fall in the troops lah, and said that, hey, this is a Singapore standard, you go and support it. And they bid. But what we did not realize later on is the value perceived from these organizations. Because for private aviation communities, they serve items like medical evacuation, which 99.9% are non-Singaporeans. So they sell their services outside of Singapore. And using the Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust certifications was actually a way for them to demonstrate it to their regulators, which are also not based in Singapore, which was accepted at a very early stage. So one of those certifications that I can name is an European body called EURAMI. So EURAMI is an organization that basically audits medical air ambulances in Singapore for their standards for provision of medical services on planes, but at the same time for the security of data and the systems that they use, right? So we were able to identify where these value points were, and actually the next leg of how it spread was from the adopters themselves.
Yeah, so once the word spread and more vendors came on board and more people started getting more interested in what these Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust Mark standards are, we started to receive a lot more inbound queries, right? And from there, we started to really do what we have been doing from 2022. And what happened interestingly was when I was talking to my peers overseas, right, in our overseas offices or customers based overseas, they got extremely excited and interested in what we are doing here. So I started to get calls or queries from overseas saying that, hey, what is this Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust Mark program? You guys are so lucky because your government thought about everything, right? They think about what the industry needs, they develop a standard, right? And you do not know how to then implement the standard. You have CISO as a service providers who are the makers, and then you also onboard checkers who are the certification body. So everyone plays a part in this ecosystem. So what we did was we then shared what we are doing here in Singapore, and that started getting interest and traction regionally. And I think we can share an example of one of the customers just across the border who was our first and why they were interested.
So the first organization to receive Cyber Essentials outside of Singapore is actually a Malaysian cybersecurity company that was already providing services in our country. So the vendor assessments and the checks and balances they go through is the same that the Singaporean companies will go through. And coming from other countries around the region, they might appreciate something more than most people in the room externally, right? Is not so much so Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust and the checklist and risk. It is the Singaporean brand. It works, right? Compared to something that would be in a different nation somewhere else. They value that. And to the end user taking up their services is like, wow, you're an external vendor from overseas and you're adopting our standards. That says length and breadth about you, right? And that same, I would say maybe habit or feeling that they had started to move slowly around ASEAN, into Brunei, into Taiwan. And now today, you've seen all as way as China and UAE, right? So the adoption of the brand has, I think, grown exponentially. They see the value of the checklist and they know that this is not something easy for you to pass overseas. For us, when we engage ISO cert, we engaged GICG to go overseas. For us, it's like, we better make sure that this is like watertight, like, all the implementation is done. Otherwise, it's going to be a really expensive trip overseas to make sure that the audits are in place only to come back with a failure. So you can imagine the amount of efforts also put in by these organizations overseas to adopt the Singapore standard. Yeah.
Yeah. So you started to see, interest across the region, right? And really the kind of trust that they have in the Singapore brand. So that's how we got overseas organizations to get certified to Cyber Essentials or Cyber Trust. Now moving to earlier this year, right, where CSA actually revamped the Cyber Essentials and Cyber Trust Mark framework to look at emerging technologies like cloud, OT security, and AI. And the reason for CSA also doing this is because of the accelerated digitization and also AI-enabled attacks. And majority of the organizations are moving onto cloud. And we were engaged by MCRES today you saw in Japan, who actually saw the value of the standard and why adopting Singapore's national framework can also now open doors to Singapore. So maybe Dave, you want to share a little bit more about, how the entire journey actually happened?
Correct. So we basically did a lot of the work remotely. I think members of MCRES company flew into Singapore to help with the adoption. Likewise, our company flew to Tokyo to help them with theirs. And during that journey, we had to undergo quite a bit of challenges. One of them is obviously language. I don't really speak Japanese. I'm very sorry. Hope I learn one day. But for cyber, they don't really care about your race or your religion or what language you speak. It's understood both sides of the coin. You only need a translator to basically facilitate some of the implementation points. But we also get to see and experience the security measures, their ecosystem in their country, and how it's adopted to our cyber essential standards. Like, for example, visiting their data center in Tokyo, 3 hours away from Tokyo, where you have anti-seismic plates, and it feels a little bit more strict than going into a data center in Singapore. So they have a lot of more other concerns that are applicable through their cyber essentials and cyber trust checklists. And
Yeah, so starting from 2022 to where we are today, we have seen the rise in domestic adoption, but also now the international adoption of our standards. So I urge, as an ecosystem, let's have these conversations with one another. Let's build connections. Let's help the industry uplift together. I think that's all that we have, and thank you for
thank you.
A very big round of applause. Thank you so much to our representatives from both Guardian Independent Certification Private Limited as well as CyberSafe Private Limited. It sure was great hearing from first-hand perspectives. And ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of our SICW 2025 SG CyberSafe for Enterprises event. We are deeply thankful that SMS Tan managed to join us this afternoon. And we'll also like to thank our audience today for joining us. And let us just end off by extending another big congratulations to all of our award recipients once again for today.